for interruption of the previous stream. Today is not really a debate night. We are all, most of us are mentally exhausted. It was a horrific day. We were all hoping that Charlie Kirk would survive against the odds. He was brutally shot today at one of the campuses. He had his debates, that something that he loved the most. He saw value in the power of conversation, power of debate, power of connection, and he was so amazing at that. He really focused on talking to young people. He was a leader for so many, such a prominent figure in a conservative world, such a beautiful soul, such a tremendous person. So we are all grieving today. This is not going to be a heated debate. Maybe one of these days I'm going to have guests. We're going to talk about more intensely, but I know a lot of us are heartbroken today. I think it's millions of us. I want to believe that it is millions of us who are hurt and heartbroken today. And we just want to find peace. We want to share. We want to connect. Um, oh my goodness. It is, I feel surreal. I feel so surreal about this. Such a tragic day, such a tremendous loss. I want to share today some things that stood out for me about him. I have such tremendous respect and admiration, as millions and millions of people had seen him, had recognized him. He really had a gift of conversation. He had a gift of debating, talking, and I was just talking to a friend. He had such sweetness about him. He had such a good nature. He was so loving, upbeat. He was very passionate. He knew what he believed in. He had such enthusiasm, so much love, so much belief in what he does. I think that's what really makes him stand out. Welcome, my dear friends. It's so wonderful today. It's a friend chat today. We're not gonna go and try to prove anything to anybody. We're just gonna say a kind, beautiful word for the man who was so dedicated and loving, who was supporting the right ideas, who believed and represented what he believed. I respected so much about him, his beautiful heart, beautiful family, his leadership, everything about him, my dear friends. We have no filters today, meaning we're not trying to make things we are not trying to fit any kind of narrative. We're just sharing our thoughts. We're just sharing our hearts today. Let me welcome some of my friends. Everybody, I really don't want this to be a monologue. I almost invited a friend, but I don't know how long I can do a live today. So I have a couple of wonderful people that I would love to invite, but I didn't do it today because I don't have faith how long I can do this. So welcome everyone. Please share, contribute, say a prayer, say something that you loved about Charlie Kirk. And I can make a pretty safe bet that most of us had pretty awful, horrible, and devastating day today. My day went uh, just like I think all of yours day. It went, yes, and we have barely recovered from Irina, from loss of a beautiful, innocent woman. So, yes, let me read. I really, really want to acknowledge everybody's room. Oh my gosh. Hello, Steven. Welcome. Hello, Jeff. Wait a second. Lawrence, hello. Hi, Veronica. I'm also sad concerning Charlie Kirk, only 31 years old. I was looking forward to meeting him. Yes. By the way, I didn't meet him personally, but I got to see him. My close friend called me today. Him and I and my son, we went to see Charlie Kirk the couple of months before Trump's election. And you know, it was very bold. I live in Michigan, and Charlie Kirk had the courage to host. Um, he had the courage to host Turning Point USA downtown Detroit. We were downtown Detroit in a beautiful like convention center, and it was tremendous event. The vibes were great, you know. Downtown Detroit has its downsides, if you know what I mean, but there was so many people of all ethnicities, all colors, all ages, young, old, men, women. The atmosphere was amazing, and he really had the courage to have his turning point uh, downtown Detroit. You know, one of the most liberal cities with a lot of trouble. The downtown is actually very nice right now. It's all fixed up. And yes, I got the pleasure. You know, my friend called me today. I was thinking of inviting him maybe next time because he's really tremendous person to be here, one of my closest people here, and we were talking about it, how we got to see him live. I got to see Charlie Kirk live. And there was all the other Turning Point USA members, and Donald Trump was in the end. Yeah, it was a big surprise. I mean, some of us knew that, but yeah, it was a big surprise to see Donald Trump. And you know, we realize now that people who stand for the truth, each time they show up anywhere, they truly risking their life. It's not just, you know, say things, do this. No, truly risking their life every single time. Doesn't matter the security, doesn't matter this, that, and the other. They are risking their life. David, David Balagan, David B. Hello, I can't believe this tragedy. Me either. You know, I feel like this day was 10 years. This day was one of the most horrific days, honestly, in late. I think because he was so vibrant, so prominent, so promising. Um, he already done so much to become a legend at 31. And I was so proud of him. You know, I was so proud of him that he stood up, and everybody, all the liberal outlets, a lot of people were, you know, spinning his words, how he called it. What I respect about people like this is that they call things for what they are. He called it for what it was. He said, with a tragedy that happened to a beautiful Ukrainian girl, he said, it is what it is. We need to call it out. It was absolutely a racially motivated crime. You don't even have to have the person that took her life say it out loud. For those who didn't know, make your research and find out what he says on camera out loud, how he was happy that he got what he did, and how he addressed it to a very particular, he had a very particular goal. It was not about any of his condition. He was knowing exactly what to do, and it was 100% racially motivated. And it's a shame, and it's an embarrassment of our country that we have people like this. And I was so proud of him that he spoke. He spoke, and then the next day, the next, you know, less than 24 hours, you know, he pays the ultimate price for saying the truth. And he always done it, you know. He always kept it real. He kept it at 100. That's why so many people were so drawn to him. Yes, exactly. And he was, yes, Lawrence, he was talking about her. He said, you know, he said, we have to call things, you know, what they are. We literally have to address it. How much we can lie? Oh, maybe this, maybe that. It's a mental condition. It's a stop. At some point, people in the United States need to get up there and stop hiding and stop lying, endless lie. And because you tell the truth, then you are a bad person. But he said the truth. And then, of course, the camera showed the words of the person, of that nasty animal that took her life. Yeah, the words were confirming his motivation, but his motivation was pretty clear because everybody else on that train was safe. You know, we are not stupid as they are hoping we are. Yes, yes, Adam, welcome. The most awful day. The most awful day. I wasn't able to accomplish anything that I planned because I felt like, except for the very physical things, I had some writing to do, some translation to do, some business to do, and I just felt like somebody took my heart out, in this cold metal things, feeling, because he is a father, he's a he's a husband, he's loved by so many people, and it's not going to be the same. There is nobody to replace him. There's nobody like him. Hello, James. Yes, 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 Jeff, I completely agree. Jeff is saying, I respect him debating people with other opinions and answering so many questions without a script. Yes, no script. He was always so friendly. No, I didn't. I watched some things, I have been not watching too much of things, but he was always so friendly. I always appreciated his positive demeanor. It's so important. He never was a radical in any way. He was always so friendly, naturally kind. You can see he's a good-natured guy. Oh, you guys are very, very welcome to contribute. I wish I could put some music, but since I reinstated my account, I don't want to get in trouble with the copyright. So maybe I'll prepare some music next time that is just something with a background. Thank you, everybody who's joining. Hello, John. Welcome. Anatoly, привет. It was horrible news to see a good person who only challenged people to take a second look at their views. Never an abusive, overbearing person. Yeah, exactly. He was just such a pleasant person, always in such a good state of mind. It's something that's very prominent about him. On this channel, I talk about, my dream and my vision of seeing people of class, seeing people that have values, uh, good values, good base for everything in life. And so many people are telling me, what are you talking about? Look at this society. Look at these modern women. Look at this modern man. But he was actually doing the thing. Him and the way he lived his life, he was actually the one that would create in that environment. He had a beautiful family. He loved his family. He loved his children. He loved people enough to focus on them, to give them his full attention, his full focus, full presence, to make them in the future into a better citizen, into a better people. He loved people enough to leave this legacy that he left. He has a record of, I don't know, thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people that he changed for the better, because he had so much passion to change the world, to tell people that conservative values are not some old, nasty, boring, thing that have dust. Those are foundations. And he made it so beautifully. He had so much passion for it. I find it so phenomenal that he had such passion for doing all these things. He wanted for us to live in better society. He wasn't one of these people and channels that go online and show, the lowest of the low, the how to say this, all the bad things, all the devastating things, uh, how a lot of channels and people, they are capitalizing on on a fall of our society. You know, they show women that have no principles. They show men. They just kind of contribute more into our demise, into our future break of all the foundations. But he was always he was showing an example. And I think you always ask me, so where is this classy society, Veronica, you're talking about? Where are these people with these principles? These are people who are following people, such leaders as Charlie Kirk. That is my very strong conviction. People who passionately follow uh, such leaders as Charlie Kirk and him and people like him in that environment that want to live a quality, beautiful life full of meaning. CCGB, Shari is saying the world, America needs respect for authority and moral compass. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on that, my darling. I don't have energy to talk about that. How we even got to this point that when you disagree with somebody, you just decide that if you can't win an argument with logic, then you just go and plan to take their life. We are definitely facing a pure evil. And I think that they were brainwashing us. They were brainwashing so many people every single day for so many years. I think it's also contributes to this antagony, you know, to this controversy. But that's why it's so important, you know, to for us to make our own research in things. Darling, don't delete your messages. I don't know what is about deleting messages. Please, please, don't you don't have to delete things that you write. I actually really don't like it because I like seeing everything. Unless you made some mistake. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I feel so surreal right now. Um, I don't know, maybe some of you feel the same way. I had such an emotionally overload day. And I think right now I'm just like, but I'm so glad to connect with you. Hello, Nick. Hello, James. I'm not in Detroit. I'm kind of in a country, in a village. But I was in Detroit for a turning point, you would say. Uh, it was a year. I cannot say, was it a year or two ago? I'm losing my mind. A year ago. A year and some months ago. Yes. I'm so sorry. I forgot where you're from. It's okay. My dear friends, you know, maybe I can put some kind of royalty-free music. I feel like I want something. Oh, there's so many materials, so many things. Let me put some royal-free music. I have a really phenomenal person that I want to bring on the channel. That would be such a beautiful person to talk to, but I know he's exhausted today, too mentally. One second. No, that's not the right music. That's not the right music. I don't want like that. Yes, Frankie. We have another devastating day. Honestly, guys, I just wanted to come out and wait. I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm sorry. I just threw this jacket just to be in something black because today is how I feel. I didn't even put it on proper. Yes, we are talking about Charlie Kirk. We are just gathering. We are just supporting each other. Thank you, everybody who is saying kind words. Sherry, thank you so much for becoming a member. I've only noticed now. Thank you. You're my first one. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. And um, everybody who was a member before, don't worry, you won't be charged for your memberships, because after 6 months it's ever canceled. So somebody asked me for the member activation, so you are all gonna be good. There is no problems for you. The truth doesn't make you a fact, Veronica. The truth doesn't make you a bad person. Yes, so as the truth never made him a bad person. I can't even listen. Oh my gosh, I accidentally heard by the end of my ear a few uh, outlets that were saying things that are so illogical. I was just like, I'm too good to be in their chat, because their stuff was so illogical, made absolutely no sense. One of Charlie Kirk's latest videos I watched, it was with Megyn Kelly, and they had a debate about paying a bill, who should pay a bill on the first date. And some younger men were saying, oh well, I don't know, maybe I'll pay half, maybe, I don't know if anything will work out with the girl, why should I pay? And Charlie Kirk cut him off, and he said, the amount of dignity you lose if you when you don't cover that bill is not worth the cost of that dinner. The way he said it was so beautiful. I need to learn the rules of fair use, because I would love to comment on this. I would love to play that episode. He was so bright and so smart when he just cut that guy off. It was saying, well, I don't know, why should I? Why? He's like, because you're a man and because it's an honor for you to do these things. I'm saying it with my words, but he basically said that loss of dignity isn't worth, loss of your dignity as a man isn't worth the price of a dinner. I thought that was really powerful. Is that it's better if you never see that girl again. It's better to lose, I don't know, $50 or $100 or whatever you. Sorry, I don't know where you have and where you are at, but he said it's a lot better to do that than lose your dignity in the process. I had a lot of respect for that. And another thing is, many people afraid of strong men. And there is a saying that fear the strong man if you want, but it's the weak men, the cowards, who ruin the world. John is saying about the situation with Irina. The judge that led that animal free should be removed from the bench. Honestly, I think it should be more than removed. That judge need to be charged for doing such a shitty job, for doing something that they obviously knew is going to backfire. They obviously knew it's only a question of time. It's a ticking bomb. Um, to me, she's already ordered to be removed. I think she should be charged and pay. If we would have a real justice, the judge should be really charged, because it's of her mistake that they let him run free. And I watched that full video today too. I wanted to watch it. I wanted to see it. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Did you see the video of Kirk? Yes, I did. Thank God it was far. I didn't see it close. I see it far. I saw it far. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I still haven't caught. Yes, David. Um, I usually smile. Today we have a very sad topic. So we are talking about a prominent figure, a man that showed example to so many of us who, men like this, they really put the not only the image of our country, but they have such an impact on our society, and we don't really have the luxury of losing men like this. Yeah, it was heartbreaking, very heartbreaking. It's truly devastating that we are witnessing these losses, and these people who are the cowards, like I said, that statement, everybody afraid of fear, of power, you have half of the countries that afraid of boldness, afraid of power, afraid of confidence, afraid of strong beliefs, but they are who cannot offer anything of value in return, and they would come and literally stab you from the back, quite literally, in a both cases that are so close to each other. They cannot win the argument, they don't have any good reasoning, they don't have any foundation, they are jealous of others, they cannot create any value, so they have to come and hurt us, us who believe, who want to do better, and those who are doing better, and especially those prominent figure, they come in from the back, stabbing literally. I never saw that, I'm gonna say it literally, but stabbing from the back a girl that was minding her business. She, now we are learning about her. She was trying to save money. She was taking several jobs, making money to buy herself a vehicle. She wanted to be a veterinarian. She could have applied to be on a TV show, or be a supermodel, or I don't know, open her own. She could definitely do a lot of things based on her uh, on her natural beauty, and her she was just she's just so feminine and so tender. And I think because of her her very feminine, very tender, very gentle look, she makes these criminals look even worse, because it speaks volumes. When you look at that photo, it speaks volumes. It's There is no commentary needed. It's like evil. You can see the evil tearing something so beautiful created by God, and humble at the same time. It's like a beautiful flower and a horrific monster. Her her very humble demeanor, her very, it's she had such gentle nature, but all that strength, all that core, she wasn't doing an appropriate thing to buy herself things that she needs. She wasn't trying to get in trouble with the law. She was figuring out a new way in America. And the most horrific thing, that she had a lot of people from that the immigrants don't understand US politics or anything like this. They have a very naive idea. She had Black Lives Matter in her little room. So those people who say, "Oh, well, maybe she was this and maybe she was that," well, first of all, it's very obvious that she wasn't anything. She doesn't even know much about this, but she had a big heart. She had empathy for people, and she wanted to be animals doctor. But the reason she had that in her room is just because most people who come here in US, they don't understand that this is a total sham. Your accent is so strong. Really? That what worries you tonight, my accent? He proved the higher education is flawed. What do you mean by that? Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. We will avenge you. Um, Yes, Jesus Enrique Rosa is a body language guy. Our beautiful, is an incredible channel. Just moment ago posted a great video. There is something odd about Charlie Kirk shooter. Yes, please check out the body language guy. He's one of the most phenomenal creators at the moment, and he gets very raw, very logical, excellent quality videos, but also very logical, very straight to the point. I think you will enjoy watching his channel. He's tremendous. Um, what are you trying to say? We tried dialogue and they choose violence. Yes, it's interesting how they always say that, we are this and we are that we are, dictators and this, that, and the other. But um, in the end of the day, they are the ones that choosing violence, you know, not considering anybody's feelings, anybody's. I don't even know what to say. I think I already, my energy just went today in this outrage. I don't know if I should have gone live earlier and we could cry together and dump our emotions with power, but I didn't want to make drama. I needed to talk to a close friend and just, you know, kind of connect because there was just too much. What about you guys? How did you make it through the day? Oh, Michael is saying, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk from Europe. We are deeply saddened. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Just came from a live where they were making fun of Charlie Kirk assassination. I know I saw a couple of these lives today, but I was thinking they're not even a 1% of a man that he was. By the age of 31, he accomplished so many things. It's phenomenal. He created a movement at the age of 31 because he lived his life so vividly, so passionately. He is living a legacy. All these people who trying to get $3 here and there for their podcast, I watched some and I was disgusted. I just listened, but I had to stop. I didn't even want to spend my energy because my time and my energy is a lot more precious and expensive in terms of value, in terms of I just didn't even want to touch the chat, but I was thinking, all of you all combined, those people on the chat, you're not even 1% worse of the person that he was. So yeah, they're making fun. They called him a race baiter rather than saying the truth teller. Somebody needs to say the truth. Nobody likes to bring, nobody, not anybody here, not anybody outside, no decent person want to bring the race card or any other. Nobody, we all dislike doing it because we have different people from different races that live completely different lives. We hate generalizing. We hate doing that. And the thing is, we are not generalizing for everybody. We were talking about that particular case that, we can lie all day long, but even that person that was a career criminal and we don't know what he was on, what was in his mind, he made his statement. And honestly, even if he would not made the statement, it was so apparent. And what hurt me the most is seeing those people on a train not moving a finger. They see a man stabbing a woman, hurting a woman, and they just like lazy look, they haven't, their blubber out their phone, like, really? That could have been your daughter, that could have been your sister. It's a human being. This girl, she came in, she haven't touched nobody. She was just trying to relax and, listen or look, enjoy some things on her phone. We all have this guilty pleasure. Hopefully, a lot more people will become aware and never do this, and never do this outside in a public place. But we all have this guilty pleasure, unfortunately. But she has the right to exist. She haven't done nothing wrong, and those people, they kept looking at their phones, like barely, just barely, like, oh my goodness. I just have no words. Oh, I just think it's cruel, even if somebody passes away, and especially if somebody gets brutally murdered, even if it's a person I don't like or I don't particularly respect, I cannot imagine going on a live or making a video and making fun of the death of someone's loved one, of somebody who haven't hurt nobody, who maybe had a different opinion but have not done anything wrong. It just tells us that evil is surrounding us. Yes, I hope we all need to pray. And I don't know. It's gonna be hard to sleep tonight. I really, really, I think all of us feel like we lost a brother. This has nothing to do with the gun rights. It was not the gun owners and people who did that. That is a criminal, and criminal always find a place to get what they need. This is a very sad day for America. Yes, it is an extremely sad day. Sad day for us. hmm I'm gonna ignore sick people that don't have anything to offer. Mhm. It will not be a final spark. I mean, it will not be something that will, notice there will gonna be no riots, there will be no looting, there would be no burning buildings, they're not gonna be crushing targets, they're not gonna be stealing, because that's not how we do it. People who represent conservative values in the United States, we are not gonna be attacking, we're not gonna be ruining anything, we're not gonna be setting anything on fire. Are we going to get stronger and more radical? Yes. Absolutely, yes. We're not gonna tolerate no more bullshit, but we're not gonna be destroying, breaking, and justifying stealing and hurting people. We're not gonna be doing this. We're going to follow his legacy. I'm gonna watch some of his videos, make my own research on some things. The best thing we could do is continue his legacy. He would never approve destruction. The only thing he would approve is unity, is talking to youth, educating youth, spending time. How generous of him was going on these campuses and talking to people. How extremely generous of him that was. when he could be doing different activities. He spent his time where he could have been with his family, he could have been running some different business. He spent that time talking to young people. Why? Because he understood that youth is our future. I don't know how old everybody is in the chat, but I presume maybe 30 to 50, maybe 30 to 60, somewhere there. So these people who are in the campuses right now, they are our future. And he specifically focused on connecting with young people, not preaching to them, not guilting them, but debating, connecting, doing something actually very old fashioned. He was giving them um, just opportunity to speak, to connect, to debate. It's a beautiful thing. David is saying, I should make you some royalty-free music you can use on your channel. I would love that, David. That would be so amazing. Thank you, because I don't want to get in trouble with I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube again. I was so happy yesterday, and yesterday, before yesterday, my channel is getting to a good standing. We have some options. When channel grows, we will be able to have member only lives. We'll be able to do more things. So, and now it's in the process. I got approved, so eventually it will grow, and I can spend more time when I have a little bit of a return from my time. And eventually, it doesn't matter right now because basically I'm starting over. But it was so nice to get released from the restrictions of YouTube. I was so excited yesterday to share with you that I got in a good standing with YouTube. We figured things out. I sent them an explanation. I don't know how they could get the ideas that my content was not authentic, because it's definitely easy to prove. It's so imperfect and so improv that it was easy for me to prove that it was authentic content. And it was wonderful to hear from them. It was excellent customer service. Under 24 hours, things were resolved. So I think everything is in place. CCGB, again, you're my first member. You're my first channel member. Thank you so much for being there. You're one and only right now, but I love it so much. And all my previous members, again, please don't worry. You're not gonna be charged for 2 years of membership. It's annulled itself, so it's starting over. So you are in the clear. Thank you, Joseph Mazzetti. Thank you for the kind words. Oh, we talk a lot about men and women on this channel, about relationships. And, men like Charlie Kirk is just such an inspiration. When everybody tells these things, and oh, there is no men who are faithful, oh, there is no men who value family, there is no men that want to provide, there are no men who are on a mission. Of course we have men like this. And his legacy, I really, really hope that his legacy and the price that he paid for standing strong, I hope it will inspire a lot of young men who are kind of on the edge to go the partying route, running through, I'm sorry for my language, but running through women route, wasting your youth route, drinking route, woke route. I hope that some of the men will look at this and think, okay, this man had died, and at 31 has been brutally murdered at 31. But he passed, his life, physical life on this planet ended at 31. And look at his legacy. How many people at 31 create legacy that speaks louder than any words? And that's what a lot of men, modern in this modern culture, men and women do not understand. They entice other men, oh, don't get married, don't have a, don't be on a mission, just go by, you don't need this, don't get married, don't get, all these miserable men, miserable people, they just don't want others to succeed, because if other people succeed, they would look very bad. You look very bad if you don't have any purpose, you have nothing to live for, you are not part of any movement, you are not even trying to do something good for your neighbor, you wouldn't even write a good post on your social media account. You're just a consumer, you're not creating anything, there is nothing. If you die, nothing gonna be left after you. So I think in this case with Charlie Kirk, he's such a bright example, showing when you live your life with meaning, even though it's cut so extremely short, he will be remembered for decades, for many, 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 many years. His legacy will live forever. As long as we are here, his legacy will live. And he left legacy with, not only that it was his career, but it was his passion, it was lives that he changed, lives that he touched. It will live forever. All the campuses, all the people that got to speak to him personally, they now know they had talked to a true legend, they talked to a man that left this mark on the world. It's just so many things, so many realizations are yet to come to us. Thank you so much, CCGB. I wish I could have you here in on a live. I know you're so comforting, and you just you comfort me even through the message. I so much appreciate you being here. I don't think I'll be live today without you, but I just wanted to come out. I know we are all grieving, we are all in a stage of shock, agony. I don't know about you guys. Please let me know how you felt. I just felt agony today. Just the world crushing. Thinking about the everything. Adam, Charlie spread common sense and preservation, especially to the youth of America. Yes, everything he spoke of during his demonstration is simply how it was 20, 30 years ago, and completely normal ideology. Yes, yes. And again, he was so friendly. He was fun to talk to. He was so friendly. And um, for the conservative youth, they need leaders like he was. He was definitely the probably most prominent one, and with his focus, exactly, like he cared not only about himself, things that he has, he cared about how his children are going to live, because those people who are 20, 30 right now, I don't know, ch- campus, it means that they are like in their late teens, early 20s, plus minus, right? These are the people that in 10, 20 years they would be 30, 40, they will be running the world. He had an idea bigger than himself. He wanted to create a better environment, better society for the country, for his children. That is why I think it's so important when leaders have traditional beliefs, because you don't just have me, and when my life is ended, I don't care. I don't care if there is nuclear stuff going on. I don't care if society is falling apart, because it's me. All those same gender homosexual couples, we're not gonna point any names, they don't care. I mean, not all of them, but when you don't have your children, when you don't live certain purpose, when you never experience as a woman pain of birth, when you never experience pain of not sleeping for the first, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years, when you go through these things, you live in your purpose, your instincts, So you care about, so if you're on a train and you see someone else's child get attacked at that moment, that is your child. I'm gonna say this again. There is no child of stranger. When you are on a train, I don't care if I'm on a train, God forbid, I don't care where this child is from. If I see the child, the young adult, anybody getting hurt, an elderly person, older person, I don't care who they are. For me, it's my aunt, it's my daughter, it's my niece, it's my son. I don't know. We have the saying in Ukraine. There is, when you're a true mother, there is no child of stranger. But when you live a selfless me, my identity, he, her, them, they, their, like it's like a whole family in one person. What kind of a bullshit that is? It doesn't make any sense. They, them, they. No, it's just you. Okay? Just when you glorify mental illness, those people, they don't have the empathy, they don't have the concern, they don't have the pain for the future. They're not worrying about no legacy. They're not worrying about these things. They're worrying about their comfort, about their perverted desires. I'm sorry, but that's how I see it. They're worrying about pleasure, 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 pleasure. And then hell with whatever left. It's my time to go. But people who are here with a purpose, they they're not just here to fill up their stomachs and buy more yachts and more homes. They are driven with a true purpose. You need to be really driven to be going in these places and talk to all those people. Oh, I really wish I could hear all your voices, all your prayers. I know CCGB was doing some prayers. I went for a walk. I talked to one of my very, very best friends that is on the same page with me, the one I went to see Charlie Kirk with. I knew when I saw him calling me, I already knew what that was about. I already knew. And yeah, I'm so glad we made it to that event. I have this one quality that I myself, there are many qualities that I would like not to have or change, but I have this one quality that I myself, sometimes when I look back, I kind of learn to appreciate, is that when I have an opportunity, I usually jump into it. um I don't really, Detroit is not really my city of choice, where to go. But when we heard about Turning Point USA, and it was before the election and all these things, I don't know, I have this passion, and we talked and we decided to do it, and I'm so glad that we jumped in the opportunity, because I'm an introvert. I do not like going to crowded places. And the beautiful thing, guys, again, the beautiful thing that Charlie Kirk had the boldness to host his event in one of the most woke liberal affected cities, such as Detroit, Michigan. And I must say, it looked beautiful, it was peaceful, people were cheering, people were smiling. I think I have some videos. I have some videos of us there. It was three of us, and then I have a couple of friends there that joined later. But the atmosphere was phenomenal. It was busy, busy, busy. Thousands of people. There was no violence. There was no drama. Everyone was smiling. There was every ethnicity, every age, every representative, probably people descendants from many countries. And it was such a beautiful event. And I was thinking to myself, this is downtown Detroit. I have to say, they have been working on it. It looks actually quite nice, but I felt a lot safer, being there with a man that knows how to protect very, very well. As I said, he will join my life one of these times. I'll have to convince him, but He's a tremendous speaker as well. Very experienced, ex-military, ex-military, like veteran, and he also was he worked at NYPD, New York Police Department. So he has something to say about the criminal world and dealing with it firsthand. I would love to have him. Yeah, he was distraught today as well, of course, but we had we shared such a beautiful experience. Now it's history, but I appreciate the boldness of the organization, of Charlie Kirk and all the people. Everybody was there. I mean, very many. The event was going, I think, several days. You know, again, we got to see Donald Trump in the end. It was my second time seeing him, and the atmosphere was wonderful, absolutely friendly, vibrant, and people were selling things and selling hats and different. It was just, it was a beautiful, beautiful atmosphere, and we need to learn to appreciate. You know, we take things for granted. I didn't think that that's gonna be the last time I've ever seen Charlie Kirk live at the event. Couldn't even imagine that. But this has actually reminded me today as well that, you know, where that, you know, to focus on those things. Because even though his life was cut so short and he meant to do so much more and live through so much more, his legacy, as we already talked, will live through centuries. Oh, South Park. Yes, I will watch. I will watch. I usually don't watch that, but I will watch it just for him. Thank you, KZ. I agree, but the best we will ever get is removal from the bench. I see, John, what you're saying. Yes, I understand. I understand, but I'm just saying, if we are talking about real justice, those judges should be charged for doing that because they created the situation. They let a person with that record, perfectly knowing exactly how dangerous, how devastating he could be for somebody, go. But then, you know, when it comes somebody with a minor offense, you know, certain people would put them and ruins their life. I don't want to say who was doing that just to have a good record, but if you know, you know. Barry says, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Michael St. John's, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I'm to close video, to close the close up video was brutal. Oh, no, no, no. No, I'm not. I will never watch the close video. Nope. I will never watch. I only saw that from far, and that was horrible already. My question is how these people always get so close. I'm gonna watch. I highly, highly recommend, guys, if you follow me, please check out and make sure you comment and leave a good comment. And to the latest, and you can watch several videos he posts. Jesus makes amazing videos, amazing content, always to the point, very polished but yet very authentic, very real, to the point, analytical, always original thought, his own thoughts. And he just released several videos today and they are phenomenal. Charlie truly touched our hearts. Yes, Woodchipper says yes. I hope he's not showing the close-up video. I cannot see it. Oh, I cannot see it. It's so horrible. It made me so... It was made me so mad. Yeah, very sick, very, very sick people. It truly is evil. You know, we are surrounded by evil. What can I say? I'm 23 years old, and when I worked, I felt so lonely when I see people marriage. What I seems I'm not part of humanity. I live work. I don't know, get some friends, get involved in a good community. David is saying he was a great example for a boy or a man to follow. I would like to be more like him. I know. And he also was a great example for women to look in a husband. You know, while everybody is saying all these things, I've always said this, you know, there are men who have class, dignity, and who work very hard. He was excellent example for all of us, you know. Of course he is a role model for men, undoubtedly. I agree with that, David. Oh, rest in peace, Charlie. I think he was a what, how can you say that? I'm not gonna read that. I'm sorry, you don't know what respect means. Learn how to speak and then write. Hello, Pedro from Brazil. um It's my it's my birthday of all things. Oh, Adam, I'm so sorry to hear that. What a awful thing to live through on your birthday. I don't think I felt so heartbroken on a birthday between Irina and Charlie. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry to hear that. Whew. I'm so sorry to hear that. But so you're the interesting thing is I have so many friends who are born in September. Um, so many good people that I know and friends that born in September. Um, Spartacus. Deep accent but fluent English. You are good. What can I say to that? Yes, David, I would love, I don't know, I didn't know you do music, but I would love if you could make me some, you know, maybe you have some already, some background music just to play. Because I like a little bit of a background music, maybe something pleasant. Depends on the mood, you know. If it's a funny topic and we are laughing, it could be something upbeat, but maybe something, you know, relaxing and calming. I could use calming right now. As soon as I get off from this, I'm gonna put some hand pan or something like that. Excuse me, guys. Oh, this was such an emotional day. I already cried my eyes out. I'm just like, you know how you have agony, you have pain, disbeliefs, and you have agony, and then you just like, your body just can't take it anymore. Like, I don't know how to. You kind of go into, it's not a real feeling of peace, but it's just like, you just. Okay, we have 93 people watching right now, and only 52 people are appreciating our efforts. Feel empty, yeah. Kind of feel empty, feel like you have no emotions left. Let me read some. Oi, my comments disappeared. I think it was like refreshment of comments because I can't see. Um, you blessed. Have good news. Thank you, Jay Walker. I appreciate it. Um, love your accent. Thank you. It's about your soul. Thank you. Charlie would still be here if Joe Biden. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I like the level of your delusion, Spartacus. Yeah. Yeah, pal. Yeah. Everything will work out. Yes, it will. You know, do you guys have this thing when this happens? You think about your loved ones, your family, and you think um, you scared for them. Each time these things occur, I am freaking I'm becoming so um how to say this, obsessed, thinking about my family. Are they gonna be safe? Is there some idiot gonna try to do something? You know, like I just have those fears, like that pain. I cannot believe how detached and ugly people had become in terms of you know, being somewhere on public and just cold. I just, it just, I don't know. Do I have anybody who live in a big city and see, because I live in a very, very tiny city here in US. I travel sometimes, but I like views and nature. I don't really, I don't spend a lot of time in a big city, mostly because of crime, because I don't wanna get hurt. If you know what I mean. I have a question to those of you who maybe use sometimes public transport, or maybe, you know, maybe use it before. Is it, how long it has been like this, where people, where this happens and people just keep on like, huh, and keep scrolling the phone. It's, I cannot even express the level of that kind of cruelty. I cannot imagine that. I cannot, I refuse to believe that this is real. Oh, oh, somebody, somebody, just one second, guys. Thank you so very much. Somebody sent me something. Uh, yes, we will have a music on the background next time. Okay, I have a kind, very kind message, from John on my, um, not Instagram, on my cash message, and he says, thank you. I really appreciate your effort coming on tonight. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm sorry, there is more. One second. I'm still using the Cash app because you can keep 100%. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. It doesn't matter. I appreciate the goodwill. It doesn't matter which way. Ой, боже мой. Yes, please keep conversation kind. We are all pretty cooked. We are all pretty tired. I really wanted to walk and have fresh air and walk and talk. Maybe that would have been better. I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of us felt very sick today. Just sick. Physically sick. Things like this are why the crusades happen in the first place. Who died? Charlie Kirk. Americans united, not divided. I think if Charlie Kirk could have said his last message, he would ask us to unite and stop having these fights in between, especially inside of one conservative ideology. how petty it is when we have disagreements and things. I think that is the best honor we could give him. Okay, I'm sliding. Jeff is saying, let me get it closer. Oi, 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 oi. Jeff is saying, I remember when I was a kid, John Lennon was killed. Oh, wow. What year was that? And then Ronald Reagan was shot a couple months later. Wow. Yeah, I remember I was such a fan of um I was such a fan of Beatles. I still love Beatles. I had a very special person in my life that loved Beatles, sang Beatles, played Beatles everywhere. So I had a moment where like it was I felt like I was living in the 60s. I love Beatles so much. When I learned about John oh, um I'm sorry, why did the chat disappear? John Lennon being shot, I was so, it was devastating. Veronica, are you Russian or Ukrainian? I'm kind of both because I have some Russian ethnicity, but I grew up my entire life. I was born in Kiev, Ukraine, and I lived there my entire life. So I I have some, I'm both. I don't know how to explain it, but citizenship wise, I'm definitely Ukrainian. It's my land. Thank you, Derek. Thank you. My prayers go out to the families of Irina and Charlie. Guys, can you even imagine what his wife is going through right now? And what the mother of Irina is going through right now? Oh, thank you, Derek. Thank you, everybody who's just saying something kind at this point. Um, Charlie Kirk is in glory. My thoughts and prayers for the family. You love? Yes, love the neighbor like thyself. Yes. Hello, Lance. Welcome. It's been upsetting few days passing. Yeah, upsetting to say the least. Everyone says love their neighbor. That's the second greatest law. Yes, and all the neighbors, all the neighbor in the country always have the worst relationships. Have you noticed that? This is my first time here and it's a blessing. Thank you, Darren. Thank you so much. I'm sorry it's not more upbeat or entertaining or fun because we love to laugh and do a lot of things, but we are just kind of hanging out together. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Lance. Rest in peace, Charlie. Yes, rest in peace, Charlie. The first commandment is to love Lord God with all your heart. Yes. Without God in your life, you have no life. Rest in peace. Oh my goodness. It was so shocking, you know, when I saw the news that he was shot, it didn't say anything else. It just said shot. So I had big hopes that, he just got hurt, maybe arm, leg, he got shot. It wasn't the real, it wasn't given that severity of it, and learning later on that he really didn't have a chance. How these people that supposedly have all this security, all this, how do they let this happen? How, this guy that was in Pennsylvania who shot at Donald Trump, he was there for 5 hours. He was there on the roof. Nobody did a thing. He was there with a gun. I mean, yes, yes, Bruce, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Oh, there's so many. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lance. I appreciate it. Also, I feel very limited today. I really do. We just having a bit of a therapy. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. MLK preached no violence, but if he would see what's going on now, he would turn in his grave. He would literally turn in his grave. Rest in peace, yes, Daniel. Hello, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Um, yes, he really was a true man of God. He was just such a, such a positive figure, so open, so driven. But some people, they can be sometimes very overbearing, and a lot of people associate conservative party with like bunch of old people in suits, old white men in suits, like, whatever, like it's so old, it's dusty. But the thing is, conservative values are so beautiful. Each time you see a conservative woman, even like you see on TV or maybe, online, in different in these different groups, usually I notice that a lot of conservative women are very good looking. They take care of themselves, they present themselves beautifully, they have good manners, they have good principles. It's not all, everything isn't about, that I love aesthetics, I love looks, I'm the person that I love aesthetics. It's one of my driven forces. But so what I like about conservative um, movement is that, women usually have natural hair, so it's not craziness, it's not the destruction of beauty. Listen, if that's your fashion choice, God bless you, but I see that as a destruction of beauty. How beautiful when the women have beautiful skin, no crazy piercings, no tattoos. You can just, when she wear a dress, she maybe open her shoulders, or she's wearing a nice dress, maybe that hugs her body in a beautiful way, and you just see natural beauty. Of course, as women we like, using some, some eyeshadow, some, I don't know, some makeup, some eyeliner. A lot of people telling me you shouldn't be using makeup. Well, I'm a woman, I'm gonna use makeup till my last breath. And probably when when it's my time to go, I'm gonna make sure I have a good makeup artist, so I lays there in the full glamour. uh but it's very natural. This is, when I go outside and I see a lot of girls, I've seen them much younger, when they were like, 10, 15, like 8, 7, some girls I know since they were tiny teeny. I've been here for 17 years now, and now I see them and they're only uh 17, 18, sometimes early 20s, and they already have all the piercings, all the tattoos. Like they just have this self-harm, just ruining their beauty, just tearing it apart. It hurts me. Like I could, as if I was their mother, or as if I was their sister. I I like the part of conservatism that preserves the beauty. God already gave you everything. Yes, you can improve it. Yes, you can frame it. Yes, with time things change. There are certain things, but we can also embrace that. But when you have this beautiful skin and you just put, especially for a woman, and you just put bunch of ink under that beautiful skin. Oh, like my son used to say, ink and stamps, stamps and ink. He didn't know. He'd never seen things. I think he was 5 or 6 years old, and he was like, "Mom, what is it? Ink and stamps, stamps and ink." We were not supposed to. Um, we were not supposed to do certain things to our body. We were not supposed to modify our body outside of the need. Believe me, I am a woman. I, as every woman, we can always find something that we think, oh, if I would only change this, I would be so special. And I had a realization some years ago, no, you're actually special the way you are. Yes, you can beautify, you can do things, but you should never have to take a knife to add something to yourself or to cut something from yourself. And especially, you should not take these pokey things. You're not supposed to take all these piercings, all this green stuff in your hair, all these tattoos. It's like you making the world ugly. The God give you beauty, the God give you health, and you tear it apart, you destroy it, you self-harm it. And it's supposed not, you're not supposed to say this. No, you destroy it. Ladies, if you're watching me, I know I only have 10% of ladies watching me. I'm not saying this out of spite, I'm not saying it out of hatred. Please don't do it. If you already have a tattoo or two, please, please don't get any more and remove those you have. Please don't do that. Honor your beauty. You don't even know how beautiful you are. One day I will have this women's channel, and I'm going to reassure every woman in her uniqueness and in her beauty, because we all were born with it. We already have it. We already got it. And the more you appreciate yourself, the more you see your beauty, the longer you're gonna have it. Some of my we have I have some jokes with my friends. So we always, as I'm from Ukraine, and I lived through I was very, very small, but I lived through the Chernobyl explosion, and sometimes we are joking, about Chernobyl explosion. It's definitely couldn't be very good for you, but so far, so far so good. And we have this joke, the secret, the secret of use. But I would say that we like preserving beauty. I think it's a part of conservatism too, maybe in a feminine way, is to preserve beauty. It's a gift. We're not supposed to ruin with ink and stamps. Girls and women are so ladies are so beautiful. When you're going out, you're wearing like a night gown. How you can wear a beautiful open shoulder, or beautiful open chest? I don't find it vulgar when women open in a classic dress with open shoulders and chest. I think it's very beautiful. It's very feminine when it's done in a classy way. How are you supposed to do that when you are covered? You look like a newspaper. You ruined your natural, God's given beautiful skin. How does it look good when you have a newspaper on your skin and you put an open dress? Ladies, please stop doing it. I'm not judging you. I know it's fashion. Some people are just subjected to it. I remember being on a vacation many years ago, actually in Crimea, and I was walking around, and I was the only girl that didn't have a fake tan and didn't have tattoos and piercings. And I remember this man. I thought he was extremely old, but he was maybe like in his late 40s. I thought, wow, he's ancient, but I was just very young back then. And he kind of took me aside, and he told me, never change, like stay, don't burn your skin, don't get the fake tan, don't get the tattoos, don't. He talked to me like I was his daughter, and that was so beautiful. And I remember him through the years, and that's why I feel it's my mission to share this. I believe that part of a conservatism is preserving the beauty. Women are major source of inspiration. life is, you know, it's a man's world, but it's nothing without a woman. So ladies, if you're watching me, do the natural things, do the beautiful things, make your skin glow, do what you can. You know, we're all born with different um how to say this, we all have different features. Just learn to love them. Don't risk your life going under the knife trying to make something. Thank you guys for the comments. I'm sorry some of them disappearing. All right, so how about we stay on for another 15 minutes, okay? I didn't have, you know, Casey, agony is a normal reaction when you don't expect something and you're mourning one loss and trying to, and then you get stabbed with another loss. So just, I think most of us who've learned this, who've seen it, who felt it, had some agony today, anger, pain, you know, like you got the, you know, I'm not like those people on a bus that you know, when I learned that somebody so prominent, so passionate just died, I'm not gonna be scrolling my phone and trying to, I don't have TikTok account, but I'm not scrolling my phone looking for TikToks, you know. I am living this horrific experience because we are human. We actually supposed to connect through this. Yeah, in shock. Yes, in total shock. Добрий вечір, UK. Вітаємо. God bless Charlie Kirk. He's in a better place, but he is needed here. Elsa wrote something, but I cannot go. So basically, when I have certain amount of messages, I guess they go up and they never come back. So that's not good. Thank you, darling. Thank you, CCGB. Thank you so much. Yes, rest in peace, the school shooting victims. It's just so, like what is this? Why it's even possible? That is so scary. I don't know if I would have a if I would have children right now, I don't know if I would let them go to the school anymore. I don't know. William Berry, hello, beautiful young lady. Thank you. Thank you, William. John Carter, I really don't understand how you don't know how the people get so close. You haven't had to deal with assassination before. Well, obviously, why would I have to deal with assassination before? I mean, I'm not a political figure. How would I know that? We're supposed to have security. Security looks through everything. Security need to have the control and surveillance for everything. They're not supposed to ever get any close. How do you climb on their roof? How it's even possible to do that when you have all that security? What are you paying money for? Yes, it is a very rough night. Utah is the safest state in the union. Today we lost our cherry. Wow. I've never been to Utah. It's always been my dream to see Utah. It's on my list. Uh, I really don't understand. Okay, now you'll understand, I hope. Yes, Utah is such an unique place. Marva says, I am new. Well, welcome, Marva. Welcome, and you know, join the conversation. Wow, she's just pretending for clicks. Okay, okay, pal. Moment of silence. Yes, we need a moment of silence. How does he get so close? They knew they had the freedom or brashness to do so. Charlie was on a quest for truth. Truth points to itself. A real shame he couldn't be with us longer. Yeah. I think my brain is already like I don't know, not detached, but it's like in a stage, you know, when it's trying to protect you. I didn't have any alcohol today, but I feel as if I did. It's like Charlie didn't do anything except have a different opinion. Yes, and he was, there are so many people, even some of us, when we sometimes debate or argue, we have the intensity, the aggression, this, that, or the other. He just was so loving and so open, so friendly. I don't know. Both Irina and Charlie will be missed. I was so proud of him that he that he spoke out about Irina. I was so proud of him that he didn't say it's like that he felt it was important to say the truth. Yes, we don't like saying it, trust me. No one likes to say it, but he felt the importance of saying the truth. I'm a Leo, but I understand any Virgo going through this. Oh, I think we're all kind of in the same boat. I turned 59 yesterday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, they said they captured somebody, but God knows. What a mess. Are you Spanish? No, I'm not Spanish. I met Charlie at the University of Pennsylvania. Lucky you. He got shot, yes. Unfortunately. Oh, guys, what can I tell you? I can't get the image out of my head. Yeah, I feel both for Irina and for him. I didn't see it close. I don't think I will ever see it close, but I saw it from far with Charlie and with Irina. I decided to watch. There was also school shooting. Nice. Trump addressed the nation about Kirk. I had no doubts. Thank you. Thank you. I had no doubts that Trump would address the nation. I had no doubts, and I appreciate that. He deserves it. He started a movement. He started a movement. And some of us feel like, oh, we are so small. What am I? I have five, seven friends, maybe like 100 friends on social media. I think it's so important. I don't care if your movement is just your neighbor kids. I don't care if your movement is your 500 followers on your page. I think it's so important to spread this message. I'm so proud of Trump. Is it going on right now? Maybe it's going on right now. Uh, Jumping on a bandwagon for the life you've never heard of him in Moldova. We never heard of you, okay? You have no idea who is where. And thanks for coming on my chat and uh, helping my channel grow, okay? Nobody, you can tell the people who are not genuine, they can never understand a genuine person. Because you cannot feel empathy, it doesn't mean that everyone else cannot feel the empathy. You don't even know where I am, so shut the hell up. My feminine way with a little touch of a hood, or with a little touch of a get out of here, with such heartless approach. There was, and there was also, okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you. There's also a school shooting in Colorado today. Okay, I'm switching off my phone. It's really interesting. I had a very strong urge to stay off social media today, and not to be too selfish, but I kind of wish I would, because it was a torturous day. But then I would not sleep all night because I would have to digest all before going to bed. I'm very, very proud that Charlie gets this recognition. I just can't believe. I feel like today was a year long. Anybody else feels like this? Oh, this is troubling, yes. Oh my goodness, and this school shootings, that is some bullshit. I don't know. I don't understand why children are not locked. In my local school here, the schools are locked. Hello, my beautiful friend. I hope you're having a good day. Well, not really, but thank you. Charlie Kirk was a legend. If it wasn't for him, I would still be a brain dead liberal. Thank you, Emperor. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Spiritual justice, patriotism, I guess. Thank you for that coming. He is an absolute legend, yes. Um, this is not about guns. We're not gonna get into this. Can you imagine that his wife and kids are going through seeing their daddy's life taken from his right before their eyes? No, I cannot. I cannot imagine that. And that was actually was on my mind today. You know, I lived through things, I lived through tragedies. So I cannot imagine exactly that, but I can imagine something close. And that must be absolutely indescribable. I was thinking about them. I'm sure a lot of us who have heart for people, imagine that. Do you know if they were there? They were there with him, or did they watch online? That's right. That's why I will never tolerate. Yeah, you know, it's like it's time for us to become a little bit more radical and take no bullshit. You know, if there was something with a proper armor, with a proper that knows what they're doing, they could have stopped that shooter. That's what you don't understand. If there was a person with care that was caring and saw the shooter, that person could have, it would be the only person. I don't know what the security is doing, I don't know the situation, but if there was somebody who've seen what's coming, they would be the only person who have could have stopped it. So it has nothing to do with none of that. I am from Ukraine and I can freaking understand this. That criminals would always find their guns. They would always find them. They always do. They nobody is shot from a conservative person that abiding the law. And the criminals would always find it. You need this to protect yourself. Again, if there was a person that is trained, that knows what they do, when they saw that thing on a roof or wherever the shooter was, he would never be able to do what he did. That's why, you know, I'm seriously, I'm think I'm gonna be carrying again, because this is some BS. You can actually protect someone. You cannot control it. People will get it anyway. I live in a conservative small town, very small, very conservative. We don't have anything here. I can live. I left to Ukraine for 2 months, left my house open, forgot to lock it. I came back, everything was here. We don't lock cars. If I lose my wallet, if I go outside, I lose my wallet, in about half an hour, I'm gonna get a phone call from my police. You lost your wallet, ma'am. Go pick it up. So we are here where I live, we are loaded up to our teeth or ears, or we are loaded, including myself, you know, including everybody. So nobody is trying to knock on our doors. Nobody, because people know that it will be short lived. You don't knock on our doors. You don't try to start nothing, because it would be a bad idea. And in the cities with the strictest gun laws, the most crime. Even I was able to figure this out, being from Ukraine. So you should figure this out better than me. Chicago, every weekend, it's like its own war. People die every weekend. Strictest gun laws and big mess. So in America, it works like this. In a conservative city, you don't have to worry about much. I mean, you have to be alert always, but you don't have to worry about much, because ain't nobody trying to take that risk. As soon as I see there is a knock on the door, they're gonna be click click. Come on. Yes, I wanna go through the training again. Um, I'm not here to prove myself to Kun, okay? Okay, Kun? What a stupid name. Veronica, the songs we have been listening all day are I'm a Child of God and The Answer by Sarah McLachlan. Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful music. Her voice is heavenly. Sarah McLachlan. I cannot say her name, but thank you. I'm gonna listen to that. Thank you, CJ Johnson. Appreciate it. Yes, I think about loved ones when this happens. Yes, I get so tense. I don't know. I'm gonna send you to your friends. You can hang out with them. I often think about the point in life. Yeah, it's complicated. Yes, sometimes evil is upon us and taking over. Thank you for sharing and be. I have a fly. Go away. Don't get me violent. Thank you for sharing and being a part of this wonderful family. Thank you everybody who's stopped by and wrote something nice. Okay, guys, we are going to wrap up. Remember beauty, sleep, remember rest. I think I really drawn all of my energy, and I'm sure guys you had a very tough day today. I'm sending you the warmest hug, the warmest hug. Let's listen to something beautiful, relaxing, and try to go on tomorrow. Uh, yes, he was phenomenal. He never was disrespectful. He was never mean. He was never rude. He was such a great guy, you know, somebody that everyone loves. Even if he was not into this, he is someone that everyone loves. Young, bright, passionate, so passionate about what he was doing, wanted a better future. How many people, we have so many people that are so childlike, like they still partied in their 30s. He created a legacy, a legacy. Thank you. Yes, you can share your thoughts, send me an email if there is something you want to say. Oh, I usually not really talking so much about this kind of topics, but I cannot not to talk about it. We usually talk about slightly different things, but um, Sean Paul Rogers. So it was a professional hit. I have no doubts it was a professional hit. No doubts. I know this because I know someone who is on the inside. They had the Marines over at her place of business today because they didn't know what's going on. I'm sure I'm sorry I don't understand, but if you're talking about what happened, I'm sure they knew what they were doing. Public transport is crazy. Trains and buses have cycles. That's super normal. Yeah, when I was living back in Ukraine, it was I could not even imagine something like that. I was riding the subway across the city at 14 years old, 13, starting 13, then 14. I was going to lyceum, business school, I was education was big. I was having a lot of classes, and I was going. My mom never had a single worry, you know everybody, hundreds of people, everything is clean. It was never a thing. I never felt I'm risking my life. Of course, you have to be careful, but it was very unlikely. So if you watch your surroundings, if you appropriate, you will be just fine. Rest in peace. Yes, rest in peace, Charlie. Didn't agree with Charlie, especially on Israel, but he's gone. Rest in peace, a loving father and defender of American values. We absolutely don't have to agree on every single point. That is a beautiful comment. I don't even. I'm such an individualistic person. I don't think there is one person in the world that I agree on with everything. I don't think the point of life is agreeing on everything. First of all, it's having respect, understanding, and seeing those things that you do agree with. Yes, he was 100% a defender of American values, beautiful conservative values, loving father, loving husband, hardworking man. I have so much respect for men who have passion. I have passion for you guys. I have passion for my channel. I have passion for connecting with people. It gives me the satisfaction of just connecting with people, if nothing else. So him on that level, I can understand that it was like a burning fire. And that's why at 31, he will leave such legacy. I didn't think it was real either until Trump. When I saw it, it was shocking, but I just, because there is so much fake things sometimes, or you don't understand the severity of something. I don't use public transportation. I only answer your question. Yeah, yeah. It's a terrible. It's a dangerous thing here. I mean, it depends where you are, but I would not, because the way things are. I rather walk. But I'm lucky. Everyone who has a car, say, count your blessings that you have a car and you are safe and you never need to deal with people. Thanks. Thank you, darling. Thank you, CCGB. Thank you for being here with me. Strange. It's unbelievable that a beautiful person like Charlie is gone. I truly miss him. Charlie was the voice of the reason, loved around. Charlie was the voice of the reason, loved around the world. Yes, greatly loved, so loved, and gonna be so greatly missed. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for the kind words. Thank you for being here. I know it was an awful day for a lot of us. Thank you, CCGB. I appreciate you. Let's make sure we pray before we go to bed. It's maybe there is something that you want to pray about, but please say a prayer for his wife, for his children, for his family, for him. I'm sorry to hear that, Jonathan. It's one of the most tough things in our life to go through. His wife, his poor kids. He had so much to give. What really kills me is that he had so much to give. And that's another thing. I've learned through the years, I don't like putting things away when it comes to family. Um, when you feel like you have so much to give, of course, his children are very young. um Spend time with your kids. Spend time. Take them on those trips. Take an extra job. Save some money. Take them on those trips. It's not the same when they are growing up. They are not excited anymore. They have different interests. Take them on those trips. Spend the time with them. And you still feel like it's not enough. Oh, may God bless Kirk family and Irina family and keep them safe. I mean, thank you, CGB. Yes, we all need some prayers, some relaxing, calming, peaceful, serene music to calm our brains so we can sleep tonight. Um, yes, of course, he wanted to have a Second Amendment and First Amendment too. Remember, friends, freedom of speech doesn't mean there won't be negative reactions of consequences to your words. Yeah, well, um, a lot of people are punished for certain ideas. I don't know what is the plan to destroy us, to dismantle all the values. I don't know what's the evil plan. I cried a little. It's okay, you can cry even more. I feel like a lot of tears have been shed today. Don't be so upset, Veronica. You are gonna be sick. I'm not gonna be sick. I'm just a human being. I'm just a human being. I'm not upset. I just feel the pain. Do you want me to be like one of the ladies when you see somebody getting attacked or hurt, and I'm just like, let me just scroll my phone. Like, we are alive. We're supposed to feel. But thank you. I'm gonna be okay. I have friends. I have family. I'm gonna get some, TLC. You know, yes. I have some very soothing, calming plans tomorrow. I may not be live for a little bit. We'll see. I hope I'll be able to come up and we can talk about things and feel better. But tomorrow I'm taking some time off with some family and friends. The worst part is going to be spun politically. Yes, yes. It's getting hard to speak our minds. Yes, I agree. What have I scrolled into? I don't know. I think, let's see. Charlie Charlie is and will always be a warrior of God. Yes, beautiful. Thank you. Hello, John. You speak English very well. Are you in US? Yes, I am. I live in US, but I'm originally from Ukraine. William, I'm not religious. Okay, you're talking between yourself. Um, it's upsetting. David, you still here? Good to see you. It's upsetting we can't have a public discourse without violence. I spoke to an older person today who said it felt like it is in 1968 after Bobby Kennedy, MLK. Yes, yes, I understand why he said that. I mean, I wasn't alive back then, but I understand. I understand the event, the impact of event. Yes. By the way, I was very blessed. I was very interested to see it. I've been to Dallas where it happened. I've been to a museum. It was powerful, amazing museum. It really took us to the time. I felt bumps, bumps in my skin. Um, I forgot how to say it. I felt cold, like I felt like I was traveling in time. It was very powerful. It was bittersweet to experience that museum, but stand on that spot, see it all. But it was very powerful experience. Eric Snare. Eric, welcome. Welcome, Eric. So good to see you. I remember you. And by the way, thank you for some wonderful things you supported me with. And, you know, I really, really appreciate you. I was a big fan of Charlie Kirk, and I'm very saddened by his assassination. Me too. All of us here too. Thank you, Eric. Wonderful to see you. Uh, Elsa, why you always delete the messages? Like your messages, and I was going to ask you, maybe I don't know something. I mean, I don't mind when you delete bad messages from people, but why do you delete your messages always? Women with full sleeve tattoos remind me of motorcycle. Ladies, I don't want to say bad things to women. Guys, I'm gonna okay, I still have a minute. Okay. I don't like saying bad things to ladies. Ladies, please love yourself more. Enjoy your beautiful skin. Don't don't do these things. You don't torture yourself, please. Please. Don't let me get all the compliments. I want every woman feel beautiful the way she is. You know, the beauty of a woman really comes from her eyes when she can rest. But even when she is empathizing, even when she's sleepless because she was up all night with the child, it's still beauty because it's dedication, it's love. Please don't do this to your bodies, to your beautiful skin. Oi, I'm sorry. People are going to do what they want to do. Don't get sad about it. Guys, I'm, you want me to just be silent? We are commenting, we are sharing thoughts. Um, Java says, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. It's shock. Yes, shock. Shock, shock, shock. And it just tells you, yesterday, today you may be up and running, and tomorrow you might be gone. This lady got assaulted. I'm gonna switch my camera for just a moment, guys. Maybe a few moments actually, because I need to go do something real quick. But I don't want to end the conversation yet. As always, it's longer than I thought it would be. I just want to say that, the situation with the lady on the 22nd of August, last year on the 22nd of August, I got in a very, very severe accident, like very scary. My car is totaled, was totaled, and it was just scary, guys. I didn't expect it. I was going, living life, not it was a very regular day, and there was no roads, no cars on the road. It just was very unfortunate from one way, but fortunate from the ways that I didn't get injured and I survived. I didn't pass, I didn't die in the accident. But I have the same feeling. It's like an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, I was chatting, talking to my son, having my food. We were having a great time. We were going to go to his martial arts, his, you know, all the stuff, what it is, MMA, grappling, this. And out of nowhere, I got slammed by a vehicle. It was a young kid riding a car, driving a car, looking at his phone. And so he just bumped into me, and I was just lucky. I missed my front. It's actually in my community section. I posted because I wanted everybody knows that I will come back. So yeah, the car got totaled and it was completely destroyed, but somehow we were safe. And I was just thinking about it. It's just so shocking, when you see Charlie Kirk, like what happened just in the moment, what happened to this beautiful girl. I just remember my accent because it's the closest I've gotten to death, and it's on the same day, August 22nd, it happened, brutally happened to her beautiful soul. And I was just thinking, like, we are living, we're taking our days, we're enjoying our life. We don't know what's coming. So we cannot live like writing a draft, right? It's not writing a draft. Every day counts. It's just such a reminder that at any moment all can be taken. And it's just shock. Each time it happens to someone, I always feel I think it's our human empathy. I think we should understand next time it could be us. It really could, and it can. And one day it will be. We are not here forever. So it's just so shocking when this happens. So shocking. So, so very shocking. Of course, everyone under 25 is young, yes. I agree, Veronica. Beauty comes within, and there is no need to modify oneself. Well, it's one thing when women, as women, we like, if you know me for a little bit, if you ever, watch things I do here or on Instagram, I always put together, but I see different. I feel I take pride in putting myself together. It's different than going under a knife, having surgery, or covering up, head to toe into tooth piercings and coloring my hair green. I feel that I would disrespect all the main laws in this life doing this to myself. But I believe in whatever self-expression a woman wants, just not ruining your skin. Yeah, newspaper on your skin. I'm sorry, and I'm not saying this. I know a lot of ladies got tattoos. If you can remove them, please do. Please do. You will have a better quality of life. I'm sorry to tell you, but you will also attract much better quality of men. I want to tell you that 100%. You can argue with me. I have a friend, she was asking me for advice, and that's something that I take pride in, just helping a little bit some of my friends to date better. And she had this tattoos and like really crazy acidic hair color and other things. And I told her, listen, I know you want a man of certain quality. You are not going to meet him looking like this. The chances are very slim. You need to put yourself together. She was very upset with me, but in the end, she learned that there is a correlation between what you portray and who you attract in your life. Yes, it looks like graffiti too. And I'm sorry. I want, as I said, I want to see every woman looking beautiful and most importantly feeling beautiful, glowing. We don't know how long our life will be, but when you live it like this, it's very satisfying. I don't understand why so many Western women missing out on experience of being beautiful and feminine and glowing. Because, one day if you're lucky, you're going to be 70, 80, 90. You can still be glowing for that age, but it's not going to be the same, you know. A lot of people are asking me, this whole, dressing up thing. And, there are reasons, because it's joyful. It's beautiful and it creates a different atmosphere. Elsa, why are you deleting your messages? You gotta tell me. I don't understand. Please don't delete your messages. Don't retract. Like, tell me what's going on. I don't know. I really appreciate you, and I just trying to understand why you're doing this. Uh, yes, but maybe not all night, Casey. Yes, we're gonna be wrapping up shortly. I'm just enjoying the conversation. We are all in pain today. It's nice to talk to somebody, right? Right, guys? Am I right, or do you think that maybe not? But yes, we are. I wish I could have some very soothing, beautiful music like the one that I had, but unfortunately, I don't have it right now, guys. I wish I would have it, but I don't. Um, come to New Zealand. I've been Eric Snare saying I've been skiing in Utah. It's a beautiful state. I would love to see it someday. Yes, a body is a vessel, so basically a vehicle. Why not give it some personal style? I don't know. As long as it's not um, through the certain permanent things. Did a lot of skiing in Deer Valley, Utah. Nice, beautiful. I would like to go in those parks. Is Zion there? I would like to go in those parks to see that red stone. It's so cool. I always want to see that. Veronica, you need to see the sequoia trees in California. I've seen a little bit. I would love to see this. I forgot the name of this park. Forgot the name of that park. Okay, okay, all good. What sick? I forgot. What is this really beautiful park in California? I forgot. My brain is too cooked to remember now. Agreed, gun laws wouldn't fix anything really anyway. Criminals don't follow laws. Absolutely. The stricter it is, the worse it gets. My name is okay. Randy Day. Hello, Randy. It's been nice hanging out with like-minded people to protest this. Yes, you know, a friend of mine called me today and he said, "I'm sorry, I need to talk to you. I need to protest this. I'm in so much pain." Connecting and uniting and talking, having conversation um really helps to process things. Yes, and I really want to have some interesting good warm conversations. And I think if I would have come on early, I wouldn't be so peaceful, so calm. I would be very distraught and probably crying a storm on a stream. So maybe it's better that that didn't happen. And I didn't want to have alcohol, honestly. I have whiskey, I have some other things, but you know, mm-mm. Yeah, and then there's weird stuff going on in Poland. They're trying to entice. They're working really hard to entice and World War III. I mean, people just don't like living. I don't understand. Like, what people trying to accomplish doing this? I don't know. But this, we're not gonna talk about that. Sorry, Morton. I was so sad to hear about Irina's murder. Me too, Eric. All of us. We got very lucky that it got such exposure, and I've heard that Elon Musk is gonna donate $1 million to make a beautiful mural for her. You know, such a stunning, beautiful, kind soul lost. It must stop this. It must draw attention and it must warn all these stupid criminals um, that they can no longer get away with this. I'm sorry to hear about the Colorado. I didn't know about it. Yeah, it's a madhouse. Yeah, I probably will spend time tomorrow. I have some things planned. I'm gonna spend time tomorrow off the internets. I need to heal my brain, and then we're gonna be back again. Guys, let's make the most of our lives, you know, the most beautiful things that you wanna do, create. It's always a reminder. Oh my goodness. Where did you watch it, Casey? All these things are very equally important. We are talking at one. You want me to talk about 10 subjects at the same time? Slava Ukraina, glory to soldiers. I would say glory to the soldiers and shame. I'm from Ukraine, and I would say shame to Ukrainian government for the corruption that allows the war to continue and people to die. I cannot stand them. Well, we are just talking and connecting today. Hello, Kavi. Hello, you look like a Hollywood actress and model. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe from the past. Thank you. Appreciate the compliment. The world is a beautiful place. It was a rough day, yes, for all of us. Thank you, Christina. You're so sweet and kind. Thank you. It does feel like a long day. I swear, it does feel like it's been a year. It feels like it's been a year. Because of the intensity of emotion and emotional roller coaster and like realizing what just happened on top of everything. And oh, I don't have good news from home as well, from, I mean, from my native country. Don't have the best news either. So it's just like, ой, боже мой. The good thing is his family will get tons of support. Yes, they're gonna get. This is why it's so important to have community, by the way. This is why, of course, we have a completely different thing. It's a small community, but I want you to know that one of the biggest thing that I want to do with this channel, I want to have a supportive, beautiful community, and I can share my skills, my gifts, some things that I know about, and maybe they will be of benefit for you. But community is important. It's a very excellent point, David. His family will get a ton of support. It's a very strong community, and it's very, very lucky because there is nothing like staying cut off. Something that I've actually experienced, one of my experiences here, I had experience when something very tough happened and very unexpected and tragic, and I felt the complete opposite, the lack of true support, the lack of family, the lack of connection. It's the worst. But the thing is, when you don't have like natural family, you must create your community. It's so important. And I'm so glad that his wife and those small children, that they're not going to be just sitting there alone. They're going to get an incredible amount of support, which is, just for somebody being there, just having that connection, just having that somebody having with you in the moment of pain is tremendous help. When somebody can just be present, you don't need to find the perfect words. It's just your presence, feeling of that connection, that oneness. It's the most beautiful thing. So I think that his family will get that, his wife and his children. I've experienced a tragic loss of my wife. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, David. I've experienced a tragic loss of my wife who worked for the police department. That whole department railed around me and my family. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm sure it's probably time had passed, but I'm so sorry to hear that. And I'm so glad that you had community to support you in such situation. That would keeps us alive and makes us human. That is very important. I agree, Eric. I agree with you 100%. And they always have, um yes, Eric, I agree. I'm going through questions that are either personal or a bit on a wild side. Yes, oh my gosh. Somebody says, William Berry is saying, if guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have guns. Yeah, it's, you have to understand this. It's complex for some. That's how people are in my area. If they see someone belonging on the streets, they look for a phone number to call to tell them to come pick it up. That's what the real community is all about. Nice. I didn't realize you live in such nice community. That is very nice. I thought you were living like in Bronx. I don't know why. Are you like in the suburbs like me? I'm lonely and need friend. Well, that's why I'm here. Okay, guys. Ukrainian women are pretty. Yes, thank you. I'll take it since I'm representing the Ukrainian women today. Um, yes, good night, Adam. Have a wonderful night. Thank you. Have a peaceful night in this time of morning for everyone. Thank you, Veronica, for being live. Yes, yes, and I am actually trying to wrap up. Charlie kept it real. Yes, Jamie, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I think it's the suddenness, the intensity of things, the suddenness, just too much, and the evilness. Thank you guys for the compliments. Send you a song you might like to hear tonight. Thank you. I appreciate it, David. All right, my beautiful friends. If you're new here, welcome. If you enjoy the conversations, we have them often. So if you consider subscribing if it's something that you enjoy. And if not, thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I cannot read everybody's name. It's sometimes hard. Um, I don't know in what time I am, but hopefully I can get some sleep, and I wish you some rest, some sleep. Good night, my beautiful friends. Veronica, I delete all my messages because I want everyone to feel free to express themselves without worrying about moderators watching over them. You don't have to do that. It's, you absolutely don't have to do that. You can, you are, I want to see what you are thinking, what you are feeling, so you absolutely don't have to do that. I would rather see your messages. I don't think there is a need to delete anything. Yeah, exactly. You have the right. You're just as participant as everybody else. It's just you have some powers as a moderator. But all right, my darlings, my dear friends, thank you for being with me. And I hope that you are able to sleep. Let's pray before you go to bed. Please uh, pray for Charlie Kirk, for his courage. Pray for his family and pray for the peace in our society. I really hope that more people will unite over it and understand that we are fighting for the stupid, silly, and petty things. We have more important things to connect uh, with each other, and to we have better things to focus our attention on than fighting and destroying. And the kids, I have not heard about it, but everybody talking about the children. Okay, this is a nightmare. Oh, I hope everybody feel a bit more at peace tomorrow. And yes, please say a prayer. Thank you everybody for participating. I will see you very soon. I'm gonna take a little break, but I will see you very soon. And I hope that you have a beautiful, restful night. Bye bye, everybody. Thank you.